Alright, these are some fast answers to a Q&A from the 10 most asked questions by the Air Force cadets, as recommended by Flight Lieutenant Melissa Jones. Question 1. What did your team find was the best strategy to take into and during the competition? Well, we had 2 people per 2 images, as in a second set of eyes, and also had at least 1 person on the side working on ciphers and other things like questions. Question 2. What are some of the key areas to look for with vulnerabilities? Well, you should start with users and administrations, then also make sure you cover security such as passwords and firewalls, along with programs and updates, files, and unauthorized softwares in case it's a virus or something like that. Question 3. How much practice did your team do prior to the competition rounds? Lots. We did a lot of practice to get into the top 10, ridiculous amounts, the top 3, and triple all of it to get to first place. The only way you win is by finishing the last question first. Question 4. What did your team find was the best way to approach the problems? Well, you speed through the ones you already know the answers to via a script, and you have to work as a group to finish the unfamiliar ones. If you're unfamiliar with a script, well, there will be another video about that sooner or later. And question 5. As we are national teams with members all around the country, you have any suggestions on how we should organize our various setups to effectively work through the problem? Well, our team has been doing this since 2018 with people all over the country. So you can organize Zoom meetings is one thing, but you should also use Discord or Slack for communication. Slack is recommended by us because Slack stores all of its content, and we primarily used Slack because it had a lot more channels possible, and we could also incorporate our GitHub program into it. Question 6. Do you have any tips or tricks that we should be aware of prior to the competition rounds? There are heaps. Watch our videos by the time we make them. Question 7. As some team members will be learning Linux for the first time, do you have any suggestions about what they should focus on? Well, the basics recommended would be learning to manage or change users and their passwords, updating programs, firewalls, and also softwares. You should know at least that. Question 8. What was some of the lessons learned for your team during and at the end of the competition? Speed and accuracy are what matter. Even if you finish all your questions, you need to finish first to win, and you also need to make sure that they are all correct. Because even though you're fast, you might not be accurate, and even if you're accurate, you might not be fast, so you got to learn to incorporate both of them at the same time. Question 9. Was there a best time to work through the competition problems? Day 1. As early as possible. Never leave it to the last minute at all. Know all your images months before the competition. Like at least 2 months. And question 10. Did anything go wrong during the competition for your team? If so, how did the team work through the issue? Well, arguments broke out, images crashed and rebooted, and there were some unfamiliar questions. For fixing the images that crashed and needed rebooting, we rang technical support to fix our programs to regain lost time. And the best way to avoid arguments is to have team players cooperating. And regarding the unfamiliar stuff, we mostly inferred from prior knowledge on what to do. And that is just the first 10 questions that you have all sent me. Thank you.